Hello YouTube. The movie that we are going to gain wisdom from today is Lawrence of Arabia. It was a historical drama movie directed by David Lee. This movie is based on the true life experience of Colonel Thomas Edward Lawrence. He was a British military personnel. So, couple of things that you need to know about before you watch this movie is about the Arabian Peninsula during the 1915s. At that time, the Middle East was ruled by the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire is basically Turkish people. So, and one more thing that you need to know about is the Sykes-Picot Agreement. What was the purpose of this agreement? Well, it defined, after defeating the Turkish Empire, how to share the Middle East between France and British. This was summarized in the agreement. So, British had this plan of bringing down the Turkish Empire. And how were they going to execute it? That is when they sent Thomas Edward Lawrence to Arabia to assess the political, economical situation at that time. But Thomas Edward Lawrence, being a shrewd guy and a guy of immense initiative, what he did was he gained the respect and earned the trust of the fellow Arabian people. So what it gave him? He found out a strategy to defeat the Turkish Empire. This was by attrition. He reduced the strength of his enemies little by little, and when the enemy is reduced of his strength, that is when the Turkish were reduced of their strength, British would attack Turkey and bring them down. So this was the plan. And how did Lawrence execute it? He got the help of the Bedouin tribe. Bedouins are a group of Arabian people who are nomads. So they can manage the extreme climatic conditions of the desert quite easily. Let's say much better than us. All right. So they were a small group of people, almost like 5,000 people army, and Lawrence got them money and weaponry from British. He motivated them, saying that they can be free if they are united and they fight against the Turkish. All right. So he motivated them in the right track, and they took control of small cities like Aqaba, Damascus, and they destroyed the railway lines of the Turkish railway lines, and they robbed the Turkish army of their weapons too. So all these things happened, and they are clearly picturized in the movie. So when you watch this movie, you can easily relate to what I'm talking about. So this is the history behind the movie. Right now, 1962, coming to the efforts by the crew. So there were hundreds of crew members and hundreds of camels, and there is one person managing everything. That's David Lee. Hats off to David Lee. What a wonderful job done by him. Right now we have this huge digitalization advantage, but at that time everything had to be shot on camera once, and it had to be perfect. Could be edited, but it was limited. They did an unimaginable job creating this movie. There are scenes in this movie where you have hundreds of camels, hundreds of people, and it was a long shot, and you could feel that the people are not acting, but they are living the movie. It was as if David Lean recorded the real life happenings along with Thomas Edward Lawrence. So it was such an amazing movie. So philosophically, what do we learn from this movie? You can undertake any massive task if you are prepared to endure pain, because you have to realize that the pain is short-lived, but your achievement will become immortal. And that is what Lawrence of Arabia is about. And above everything, the original Thomas Edward Lawrence, he is an amazing guy, isn't he? At that time when he did all these things that I'm talking about, he was only 27, 28 years old. I'm almost of the same age, and I haven't done anything so brave in my life so far. An important thing that we have to know about is, at the age of 47, 48, the original Thomas Lawrence, he died because of a motorcycle accident, and his doctor researched on motorcycle crashes and eventual deaths, and then he made helmets popular. So the death of Lawrence made helmets popular, and during his birth he made himself popular. Isn't he amazing guy? So that's all about this movie. There are always choices that we make. You can be dumb, or you can be full of wisdom. What do you want to be? Make your choice. Subscribe. Thank you.